people get the right grant, they had to get the grant. Don't correct me, you know, wrong.
I couldn't hear you,
Right
sir.
grant, get the grant easily, and somebody make them right.
How to write a grant.
That's what, now, you're talking about hiring somebody to write the grant to get it? If I'm not mistaken, didn't we hire an engineer and?
We went through
to do the
engineering
grant process?
service.
Yeah, we didn't try to write the grant, we hired, there's an engineering company that's doing the application for us.
The way you word that grant, how you get the.
Exactly.
Ma'am in the back. And thank you.
Good evening. I have two questions. The first question is, I applied for our pasture land, which is under USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, grant. I had to apply for a water meter for the pasture to supply the water tanks, water troughs for the animals. And I did that a few weeks ago. And I was told, after I filled the paperwork out, I wrote the check out, that I needed to come back and get it because there was not, that they couldn't accept any more, Cleary can't accept any more new meters, can't put in any more new meters. So I'm under contract with the United States Department of Agriculture. I need to put this in by December. I need to complete the whole project. So what's the problem? I need answers to give to the United States Department of Agriculture, and I got the letter today where I need it right away. So whatever you tell me today, I need it in writing to give to the United States Department of Agriculture. That's one question. Why can't I have pasture and water and animals? We all know we're in a drought. Okay, and that's part of me being able to continue the grant. Every year I have so much that I have to do according to the standards in the grant. So I really need that meter. Okay. Now, the second question is, and this happened before you all got on the board, but it can be fixed with you on the board. There is a horrible cesspool. I don't know anything else to call it besides something else, and I'm too close to the church and on holy ground. That is right across from Spring Hill Missionary Baptist Church, and I live on Florence Bound Road, but it's so bad I can smell it at my house. Now, there's a lady that lives right beside that cesspool with that equipment in it. Before my father died, and we own land over in Cleary. So we are residents of Cleary and Spring Hill. Before my father died, he asked for that not to be placed there. It got placed there anyway, that was before your time. But it's there, we want it moved. So wherever y'all can put it, we just want it moved. It's a health hazard. It's got to be somewhere else to put it. I don't see anything like it in this area. It's not fair to us to have to breathe that. It tears your stomach up just smelling it riding down the road.
Your 3 minutes are
Okay.
up. Now, we're gonna let them try to respond to you, okay? Ma'am, after the meeting's over, if you'll come by and see me and let me get your address and name, we'll check into it.
Thank you.
And as far as the water goes, what I'm assuming you've been told on that the capacity of that water line going down there is already maxed out, but we will check on that too. We'll come by and see me after the meeting.
I hadn't been told that, but thank you for telling me.
But this man here has,
Just a simple question, you know, I realize what y'all are saying are all long-term solutions. But, if I just say wanted to put a whole house water filter on my house, would I have to go through the board, or have y'all got any kind of stipulations?
no,
Okay, all right.
you can do anything in your house. Ours starts at the pump. Your water starts at the road where the meter is.
Okay.
Anything past the meter to your house is your responsibility.
Okay.
Is that the only thing you have?
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody else back here. Yes, ma'am.
I want to know if you can tell me why the water stinks. I can brush my teeth and I have to hold my breath. Now, I
Use
have
bottled
a
water.
filter. I have a water filter. So, and the water most of the time is clear at my house. But the water smells.
If the typically if the water is smelling, especially if you have a filter, then it's one of two things. Either your filter is, the life expectancy of it is already expired, or your anode rod in the water heater is shot. Anode rods are, they're self-consuming. After a period of time, then it can't do any more work for you, and that's when you get the rotten egg smell. So only a plumber can look at that and tell you, check your anode rods on your water heater and see if that's the case. All right, there's somebody else back behind you. Jim, you've already had two. We're trying to let everybody in.
This one's important.
Oh,
I would assume all of you guys are.
They are.
Yes.
So, whenever this is a dosing.
Wait, the lady in the back.
My question is, all this project that y'all are proposing, will it lower our water bill? Because this expense is killing all of us. I mean, food is high enough. And then you get an almost $200 water bill, it's just too much on everybody. So what?
And have to buy water
what y'all
to
are
drink.
doing, will that help us lower our water bill?
The water bill is not gonna get cheaper, period. Now, with the other things, you know, that can help lower the bill over time, with the sewer, from the standpoint of we're getting new equipment in, but we've got to pay for that new equipment and pump it into Richland first. So for $15 to $20 million, even if we get $2,000 grant here, several $1,000s low interest through the revolving funds, we've still got to pay that back. Now, the grant we don't have to pay back, but all the other money we do. That's why I said at first, the tank note of roughly $4,500 a month, that rolls off before the end of the year. So that's going to free up some money that we've been paying for that water tank, that we can start paying for some more repairs to try to get the system in a better operation. Okay, man with the blue sunglasses on your head.
So whenever your chlorine pump goes out, does that not throw off all your levels and make it unsafe at that point?
Not necessarily. It's like the gentleman was saying earlier, because the water consumption fluctuates, there's no way to get the chlorine exact, and you have to have a certain contact time for the chlorine to work. So if you have a steady flow, you've got a steady water flow out, then you've got a steady chlorine injection that you're putting into the system. But as the water fluctuates, because it works off of a flow meter, and anything mechanical, you're going to have some fluctuations in the pump that's injecting it. But it all goes through the tank and sits for some time. So it's going to be mixed with other, if you have your chlorine content, say here, even if the pump goes down, it's still here where the critical zone is down here.
So why not change your location of that pump down beneath your tanks? So
It is beneath our tank.
So as it's going out, it should be pumping in instead of you pumping it
Well,
up to the tank.
it's pumping it's injecting it into the line from the well when it comes out of the ground. We're injecting it there before it goes into the tank.
And then as it comes out, that's your problem. If you got your pump outside past your tank, then it's getting the correct dosage as it's being used.
But you don't have the contact time. It's got to stay in the tank to get mixed good first.
Next thing, I had water in through my bathtub faucet. I got a picture of it. Where since I got my house, I've been in my house about 4 years now. Y'all say it's safe, has no issues with it, but I don't use harsh chemicals to clean it. And it was nothing but water has been on it for the most part since I've had that house. So I don't know how that could have done it and not have more issues. I just know that it happened, so I know that we've got some crappy water here.
Well, per the state health department, it's fine, it's acceptable. Our lavatory faucet at home, it corrodes bad, we don't put harsh chemicals on it. But the older faucets last forever. The ones in my parents' house are Mowens, they were put in the late 50s, and they still look like new. It's like everything, the quality of stuff nowadays is not as good. Okay, anybody else?
So you blaming bad water on a new faucet?
Do what now?
You're blaming bad water on a faucet?
No, that's what you said. No, it's not.
He's blaming it on bad equipment.
I'm blaming it on the material the faucet's made out of.
God.
All right, next, ma'am, go ahead.
He's gonna cut me off.
I am.
That's the
Next,
problem right now.
okay, next, ma'am, go ahead.
Where does the water, let's go ahead.
I'm scared to speak up.
Where does the water originally come from that we get?
It's an aquifer that I don't know how many 100 feet it's deep, but it's one of the aquifers that we draw from.
And so it comes from that and it goes to the tank, everything goes to
It comes from the ground, goes through the pump that pulls it out of the ground. It's injected with chlorine, it goes up into the storage tank, and then the pressure